Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift, episode 47. No big deal. Let's get a little weird, strange, vulnerable, drop a couple nuggets, jam, Super Bowl weekend. Y'all know the drill. Everybody's out today. Kim in the house, Alexandra Wired Spire, no big deal. CLS Experience, it's so good to see you. Long time no see. Waiting for my partner in crime, the big bad, handsome, articulate alligator, the quantum quail, the blessed bat, Dave Meltzer. Oh, Dave, I see you, buddy. We're going to bring you on right now. I know you're at the Super Bowl. And again, I know I've been saying this every weekend. Hey, Nicole, I'm just a little nervous that you're going to look super fly and sexy today and really outshine me. But it is partners. So here we go. Where is this blessed?
The blessed bat is here. Happy Valentine's Day weekend, my friend.
Of all the things, I love it. Happy Valentine's Day weekend. Happy Super Bowl weekend. Happy Paradigm Shift episode 47, Big Dave.
It is amazing how quickly things aggregate, isn't it? And I think you know this from your other shows. I've been blessed to be around you from the beginning, and I just get giddy with pride on elevating people that are elevating other people, and to see how quickly this success has come for you and the aggregate effect. I use you as an example all the time about somebody who has the skills and the knowledge, but has the actual consistent, persistent behavioral process, the mindset, heart set, and handset to aggregate their success. And you're a classic example of someone that without the right practice, without the right consistency, would still be in what I call the FOMO and FOPO of business, right? Fear of missing out, always looking to what they don't have, and I'll tell you why. It's the 5 levels of intention that a lot of people do what they need to do to build their brand. A lot of people say what they need to say to build their brand. A lot of people even think what they think, and then they believe, because they lie to themselves, what they need to do, but they don't truly feel it. They're not inspired. They're not doing it every day. They're not here at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time during the Valentine's Day weekend and making it happen every single week. They come up with excuses like, oh no, I got to speak, oh, I'm traveling, or oh no, it's Valentine's Day weekend, I can't do that. But what is FOPO? Fear of other people's opinion. It's the biggest contributor to non-success. People are either fear of missing out. They're always, when they're working, they're missing out on having fun. When they're having fun, they're fearing that they're not working. And they most importantly have FOPO, which is fear of other people's opinion. They really give a shit what other people think. Look, I learn from what other people think. I don't give a shit what you think.
First of all, that's definitely my favorite introduction since inception of the Paradigm Shift. Thank you so much, you blessed bat, you giddy goose.
Giddy goose.
Go ahead and receive all of that. And I want to throw some acknowledgement right back to you, because something that you told me in the beginning was this, and I tell all my clients this, and I'm not sure they always understand, but you help me understand this, is play the long game. But the mentality, and just for the audience, that doesn't mean you have to wait 3 years. It just means every single day being consistent and being committed to the process. And then all of a sudden, a couple months down the line, it's like, holy shit, look what we've built. But it's that thing that you always talk about, the consistent, persistent pursuit of success each and every single day, non-negotiable.
Yeah, you nailed it, man. And I was on a coaching call earlier this morning before this, and it was funny because we were talking about how everyone has this different opinion of things, and they're just not honest with themselves. And we all, including me, have to practice asking. For example, my client said to me, dude, you're still saying the same thing to me, that I need to ask more. Yeah, you do, because I know I need to ask more. And it's so easy to allow this free-flowing, unbelievable source that allows us to be a more powerful resource of the omniscient, all-knowing, and all-powerful. And I want people to realize that this open-minded, open-hearted, open-handed, open-ended questions, the ability to ask in person, on the phone, on the CLS experience, on the paradigm shift, wherever you are, ask. And a big shout out to Donnie Starkins, who was with me last night. We had Jerry Rice, Gronk, Marshall Falk, and the incredible Donnie Starkins was there. And he is one of those guys that fits into our mold. He does it every single day.
Donnie's a great guy. I want to say what up to Donnie as well. I saw some great photos of you last night with Jerry Rice and Marshall Falk, two icons, some of the best to ever do it. What are you doing for the big game tomorrow?
I am doing something I haven't done in years. I'm going to the game.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just blessed. But I think even more exciting, especially for my wife, Cordell, Snoop's son, invited us over to the compound for a little get together this afternoon. And so, you know, my wife, who is it's Valentine's Day weekend, her happiness is more important. So today's about my wife hanging out with Snoop and crew. Big shout out to them and all the entrepreneurial things they're doing. And then tomorrow, it's all about my son, taking him to the game. We got fourth row seats right there on the 50-yard line. Check for us, and we're so proud. I'm also proud of one of my other friends, Brian, he's umpiring, or he's a referee. They call him an umpire when you sit in the backfield. He's the guy that puts the ball down. So Dak, he's the guy you want to find at the end of the game to put the ball down so you can go ahead and win that game. But congratulations to Brian. He's umpiring his very first NFL game, and I'm so proud of him as well.
I got to tell a 2-second quick story. The first time I ever met you, when I flew down to shake your hand and give you a big bear hug, we were in the conference room, and I was just kind of being a sponge with you and the team. And you guys get an email from Snoop's team for him pitching to be on your show. And the first thing you did was call your wife because I knew that would make her a giddy goose because she's a big Snoop fan. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's an incredible, incredible entrepreneur, and he's also partnered with our friend Martha Stewart, who Martha and I have the same deal with Apple TV to create content and bring the paradigm shift into Apple TV, which is a project I've been working on. And I know we announced that deal, but we're going to start producing content in March. And since it's Valentine's Day weekend, we're almost to March. And February is the shortest month, so it makes it even more exciting to me.
Is that deal officially closed, you and Apple?
Oh, yeah. Officially closed, officially announced, put out a press release on not only taking on my shows, 2 Minute Drill, Office Hours, but also, Martha Stewart and I are going to be creating content for Apple TV. And I have already submitted my proposal to put the paradigm shift on Apple TV as well.
You dig? Woo! Bang! I'm gonna bring on that. First of all, that's the best news ever. I knew it, but I want the audience to know it. I love you. And just to land the plane with that, you talk about asking. The whole paradigm shift concept began because I asked Dave to do it, and he said yes. So for anybody listening, if you want big things to happen for you in your life, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. You can't lose what you don't have, so you got to ask.
And the only reason I said yes, Craig, is because you were committed and proved to me that you are consistent. I have many people ask me to do shows, and they don't show up. They call it a show for a reason, because you got to show up. You got to show up every day and show up every week in order to effectuate content to resonate. So make sure you're showing up, and Craig Siegel shows up for me and shows up for you every day.
Love you so much. I'm going to bring on our guest, which I'm really excited about, Shawn. And in the meantime, I'm going to ask you a quick question. One of the things I saw you talking about this week, which I thought was really cool, is finding the light, love, and lessons in doing things that suck.
Yeah, it's so funny because I got that post, right? And it takes a little time to produce these, right? And I come up with them, and I read the quote. I'm like, I love that quote. And I look at the picture next to the quote. I'm like, oh, F me. It's me. I love my own quote. And I think it's so funny because there's a great chain of feeding, no pun intended for my Toastmaster over there, the incredible Cali barbecue friend. But more importantly, it's so important that you make a determination of time. There's light, love, and lessons in everything, especially my buddy over here with the toast hat on. But let me just tell you this. Is it worth my time to find the light, the love, and the lessons in Shawn, in Craig, in the paradigm shift, into the digital hospitality world, whatever it may be, because there is light, love, and lessons. Look, somebody loves everybody, but do you want to take the time to love them as well? And I suggest that you do a pragmatic evaluation of, is this worth my time, money, emotion, and my value to find the light, the love, and the lessons? Because if some things suck, you may want to let it fall away or fire it from your life. But if in that evaluation it's worth it, then you got to find the light, the love, and the lessons in the suck.
I would drop the mic right there. We're just getting started. Shawn, it's great to see you, brother. You and I have been connected for a little while, but this is actually the first time that we're getting to interact. I'm super excited. Welcome to the paradigm shift, brother.
Dude, Craig, thank you so much for having me on the show. I've been watching you digitally on your journey, and you bring fire. You bring the frequency that is somebody that's playing the game within the game. That was the reason I connected with Dave. I heard him on sports radio on Scott Kaplan's show. I heard what he was talking about, and I said, who the hell is this guy? I got to see what he's up to. And I started doing a deep dive into what he was doing, and he taught me how to ask for help. So I'm asking for help. I've launched my second podcast now. So I think I'm the only restaurant on earth that has 2 video podcasts consistently every single week. Our show is with Entrepreneur Magazine and Yelp. It's called Restaurant Influencers. I'm asking Dave for more help to get us on Apple TV, like the CLS experience. But yeah, man, we're just following in your footsteps. It's part of, it's an incredible time to be alive and to find people that share the same frequency as you.
Yeah, I just had to write that down. That's why I was a little distracted. I was writing down playing in the game. But I couldn't help but notice the grin from ear to ear on Goose, Big Bad Dave. What are you smiling at?
Well, first of all, I want to thank my friend Shawn for giving me this hat. And I have a black one and this one. We both share a love for San Diego. As you can see why, look behind him at the sky. There's nothing better in the world. Number 2, I was smiling because Shawn only knows you digitally, so he's never been able to give you the bear hug. And he's definitely a cuddly bear himself, and he gives great hugs. But I will warn you that my friend Craig Siegel is much smaller in person than he looks on the TV. And most importantly, the nugget or the takeaway of this juggernaut, my friend in the digital hospitality space, that entrepreneur itself, who I've worked with for many, many years, pursued this guy. They know how important what he does is, and the generational information in one of the hugest industries in the world. They pursued this guy to do the shows that he's doing. They're still pursuing him to do other things with him. So I want to give him kudos there. And the reason that they pursue him, not only because he has the mindset, heart set of being blessed, and he's one of the most grateful people that I've met, and has some of the most delicious barbecue that you'll ever eat, by the way. But most importantly, he's playing chess. See, everybody else is playing checkers. And one of the things in coaching you and coaching Shawn that I've been blessed to see is what great chess players that you are, that you're not just looking at the next move, you're looking at the moves 20 years from now when you make that next move. And I congratulate both of you, but especially appreciate my friend Shawn here at Cali Barbecue and what he does. And congratulations on your second podcast with some huge partners like Entrepreneur Magazine and Yelp. Doesn't get any bigger than that in the hospitality space.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, Shawn, kudos to you, brother, and everything that Dave said. And we're just going to jump right in. One of the things and I was doing a little bit of the deep dive on your content as well. And one of the things that really fascinated me about what you were talking about this week is just meeting the audience where they are. And I haven't really heard that articulated like that. Tell us what you mean by that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important. For me in the restaurant space, I talk to restaurant owners all day long, every week, and I try to teach them what we call digital hospitality. And people are very good. You can't be in the restaurant business if you don't care about people. So they're very good within the 4 walls of their restaurant. But we live in an omni-channel world where there's so many different platforms that you need to be on, and you need to be present, and you need to show up. And too many of the times we think of social media as that's a logo that I don't like, and you have a subjective feeling towards that logo. So I don't like Facebook because it's political, or I don't like TikTok because it's a dancing app. And ultimately what we try to teach business owners is that you need to remove the logos and you need to just think about the frequency, which is it's an audio platform, it's a video platform, it's written words, or it's images. Like that's all it is. And it's storytelling. So, you know, what Dave has taught me, which is resonates with me every single time that I speak, every single time that I'm podcasting, it's tell me a story, because in that story, I can learn a lesson. And once I do learn that lesson, like this hat that I'm wearing, which is Toast, our primary point of sale partner, our sponsor of the podcast, we switched our restaurant from Aloha, which is a point of sale system for 12 years, to Toast. Toast enabled us to become a digital first restaurant. And by doing that, when we signed with Toast, I told them we're a barbecue media company. They go, what are you talking about? I don't know what that is. I'm like, we're going to create content about our experience with Toast, about the hardware, about the software. We're going to create Toast unboxing videos. We are going to be your greatest sales advocate through content and through storytelling. And within a year, we were one of the 20 restaurants. They had 50,000 restaurants when they did their IPO in September. We were one of the 20 that got invited, and they're much bigger restaurants that use Toast. But we, because of the content we create, because of the storytelling, because we're on all these different platforms, because we're willing to make a TikTok video about Toast, we're willing to write an article on LinkedIn about Toast, people know and they come to us with Toast questions, and we're selling more Toast than, you know, some of their top salespeople. And that's a shout out to you, Will. I see you watching this. I'm teaching all the toasters, all the people on Toast, even the engineers, how important it is that they need to share their Toast story.
And Shawn, you're like hot butter on a breakfast toast. Rock it out, baby Bubba. You are my man. I'm going to tell you one thing that came to mind as I look at that big red logo and you were talking about frequencies and meeting people where they're at. The one thing that fires me up is a nugget that I learned, and that's labels are for shampoo. And too many people, they put judgments and conditions and labels on things that don't need labels, right? Things that don't need labels, like an audience, like a platform, they don't need labels. Those are a platform, a medium. See, there's three things that you want to concentrate on. Number one, content. And that content has to be Shakespearean and it's right. To thine own self be true. You need to capture it. You need to modify it, amplify it, and perpetuate it. But you got to be on your content, looking within, and this is true about your own spirituality and emotional aspect. Look within, find to thine own self, and then utilize that content. The second one is access. You know, Toast is a mechanism of access. The entrepreneur is a mechanism of access. TikTok, LinkedIn, all of these different things are multifaceted, and I get the same resistance from people when I start to advise them. Oh, no. And I was resistant even to some because of some of my internal staff having closed mind, going, no, you're not for TikTok. Nobody's, believe this month, no one has a bigger percentage growth on TikTok. I'm in the top 10 in the world for growth. I'm almost at 200,000 followers in growth as a businessman who has never done one dance on TikTok.
We're going to get you to dance. Craig's going to get you to dance. Even though I can't
do it, baby Bubba. Baby Bubba to the boogity, bang, bang, the boogie to the beat. Know your street. Everybody eat Cali barbecue meat. All right, listen, and I'm not kosher dill anyway. Here we go. The third thing. So you got content access. The other one is mediums. And we're doing with this, your show, Craigie's show with CLS Experience, Paradigm Shift. The mediums are going to change. So I don't invest in the medium. I utilize the mediums, because if I create content and modify and amplify it on those mediums and utilize the perpetual nature of some mediums, like YouTube is a perpetual place, right? Your TED Talk will be seeing, both of you guys, 5 years from now in a day, more than it will be seen for an entire first year. This is the way perpetual mediums work. So I want everyone to take from what Shawn's teaching in his chess game. Don't put labels on anything. Just concern yourself with content, the access, and the mediums, and you'll accelerate what you're doing the same way these two guys have as well, in completely different industries.
Bless and release.
I love it.
Yeah, this is awesome. And you're a perpetual
porpoise,
panther. So there's that. You guys are awesome. Sure, I have to ask you this because, and we'll land the plane because I know it's Saturday, guys. I want you to enjoy family time and so forth.
It's Valentine's Day weekend. Don't mention the Super Bowl. That's subsidiary. Don't forget Valentine's Day.
That's right. Shawnee, I saw you talking also about this week, and I know Dave always talks about this, and he has his philosophy, which is golden, but I'd love to hear yours on just how anybody, but more specifically, how you deal with rejection.
I actually love it. I love the fact that, I mean, I've been rejected from all 3 law schools in San Diego, and that was the greatest blessing. It was more devastating for me to tell my grandfather, who raised me. I never met my father, and he invested so much in me. He taught me the love of curiosity, the love of asking for help, the love of getting involved. It was more devastating to tell him that I didn't get in. But for me, I framed those rejection letters. And I frame those rejection letters because I have that Mamba mentality. I talk about the Bulgarian Mamba in my life, and that is my grandfather. He was rejected for his whole life. People told him he was born on a village to be a farm boy, and people told him he couldn't do anything. They rejected him from medical school in Bulgaria when he was the smartest student because he didn't have wealth and he didn't have power. So he had to go and study German, literally, in order to study medicine. So for rejection, I think it's something that it only makes you stronger. And for me, it's only made me stronger, opening up a restaurant in 2008 at the height of the economic recession in a location that everyone said I was crazy, in an industry everyone told me I was nuts, turning it into a barbecue restaurant in the West Coast, in San Diego, where everyone says you can't do barbecue on the West Coast. People are going to think you're terrible. Turning the barbecue business into a media business, everyone telling us we're crazy. I mean, we are crazy, and we lean into our truth.
And just real quickly on that, what I was thinking about the other day, this paradigm shift, like us entrepreneurs, like the ones that are really going for it, what if we're actually the normal ones and the crazy ones are the ones that don't go for it?
You nailed it. Hey, listen to me, everyone. Get your pens right now, because I've been channeling as my friend is dropping nuggets left and right. Get your pencils ready, because rejection is re-blessing. BLESSON. When you are rejected, you are being re-blessed. It is a re-blessing. You're being blessed because there's a lesson to be learned. Just like Shawn's grandfather learned that lesson, and it taught him that his potential was not dictated by other people's opinion. And so I want you to think of when you are rejected, that you are being re-blessed. And I want to re-bless everyone by the lessons that I've learned from the rejections I've had, the shortages, failures, obstacles, and mistakes, all re-blessings. And I'm going to have to change my San Diego Padre blessed hat to the re-blessed hat, and put a rejection logo on the back. It is important, though, to know that we live in a pragmatic world. When you're re-blessed with rejection, that there's certain quantitative value, as I always indicate, of time. Is it worth my time to be re-blessed with this? Is it worth my time? So you have to have the 3 no rule. You got to have the 25 no rule. You have to have the right mindset to find the light, the love, and the lessons of where we started with this. And so if anybody wants any of those mechanisms that I utilize, the pragmatic tools in order to be re-blessed, if you want those, just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I will send you the 3 no rule, the 25 no rule. I'll give you my book that will explain how to be re-blessed in your life. And I've been re-blessed again every Saturday morning here on the Paradigm Shift with my dear friend Craig Siegel, and of course the gorgeous hospitality Cali. You can tell this man is eating well. Look at that hat.
Eating well.
He is the man. Shawn Walchef, you made my day. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy the Valentine's game on Sunday. You'll enjoy that game of love. I forget the name of it, but Valentine's Day is in my heart, my whole soul, and in my mind, the same as these 2 young men. I appreciate everybody.
Craig, I need to get you on the podcast. I got to book that right here, right now.
Let's do it.
All right. I need you to share your wisdom and your fire.
That was incredible, Dave. All kidding aside, rejection is a re-blessing, and let's land the plane with that. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today, dropping some nuggets. I know without a question, the audience got a ton of value. Dave, stop getting so handsome, and Shawn, let's.
You got a deal. Thank you.
Love you guys. Enjoy. Happy Valentine's. You're both my Valentine. I love you.
We love you, Dave.
Bye.
Love you guys. Shawn, good to see you, buddy.
Great to see you, brother.
Take care. That was awesome. A rejection is a re-blessing. That's phenomenal stuff. Give a couple shout outs to everybody on today. I see Jesse. I see Alexandra. I see Rachie. Let's see who we got. We got Chef Marshall. We got Karina, we got Mikey Conklin, we got Stacy, the Quantum Queen, Lori, C Hoops or C Frogs, depending upon the day. Sibri Muscat, Joannica, Maria, everybody's out today. Just unbelievable stuff. Guys, rejection is a re-blessing. And when you change your mindset to believe that, then you realize that anything that does come in your way is genuinely propelling you to something greater. When you have that mindset, you can never really be down because ultimately you know that life happens for us and not to us. Enjoy Super Bowl weekend, as Big Bad Dave was saying. Enjoy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you guys are doing something special. If not, that's okay too. Look at Jakey Bakey hopping on at the very end. Better late than never, buddy. What a great episode, guys. Paradigm Shift episode 47 in the books. Dave and I would like to know who you would like as a guest for episode 50 in 3 weeks from now. So let us know who you're thinking or who you want, and Dave and I will talk about that for sure. And sooner than later, as Dave said today, this will be featured on Apple TV, guys, right? Happy Valentine's Day, happy Super Bowl weekend, sharpen the axe. I'm going to shoot home to Long Island to spend some time with my family, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get to see my little nephew, Little Sky Guy, in my personal opinion, the world's cutest human. That's it. Love you guys so much with the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much that it's weird, straight up. And real quickly, everyone always asks me, like, how am I always so excited and so happy? Because I genuinely love this stuff. There is nowhere else in the world I would rather be than right here with you guys. And I also want to acknowledge all of you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us today on the Paradigm Shift. And I will never take that for granted. I genuinely love you guys. I love this. I love life. It's a blessing. All we get is today. So live with a sense of urgency, guys. Reach out to someone, tell them you love them, do kind gestures, do great stuff. C Hoops, love you so much. Kim in the house, love you. Let's just all have an unbelievable weekend, guys. Simply put, straight up, push yourself, live life. Don't just exist, live. See you guys next week for the Paradigm Shift episode 48. You dig?